Welcome to the Shine Talk Show. Let me put me up here. Let me see where I want to be. What's going on? What is going on? Welcome. Sorry for the timing. Excuse me, but as you know, every time is always something. It always is something. But nevertheless, we are here. We are here. So, how is everyone's Sunday going? How is everyone's Sunday going? I hope everyone is having a blessed day. Let me put my glasses on because I can't see nothing. Hold on. All right. I think that's better. So before we get started, let us go here. All right. Thank you. Welcome. Join the channels. Consider joining, subscribe, share, like, turn on your notifications. That is always important. Miss Candace, how are you doing, my dear? Who else we got? Breeze, what's going on? Welcome. So we're gonna start off with a few announcements. Give everybody a chance to come on in. We're gonna give people a chance to come on in, so we're gonna run
decide for you. This class is not about writing prompts. It is not about chasing trends, and it is not about fear. This is about reclaiming authority. You already understand your calling. You already understand your work. When you shift how you think about artificial intelligence, you increase your impact without compromising your faith. This is how you become faith first in an AI-driven world. You are invited to join us for the Faith-Based AI Masterclass, not to replace human wisdom, but to strengthen it. You will walk away with a new way of thinking about AI, not as a threat, not as a master, but as a tool that serves divine purpose. Together, we will examine your work, what should be released, what can be automated, and where human discernment must remain, so that regardless of how technology evolves, you remain essential, you remain called, you remain indispensable. If you missed the previous session, this is your opportunity. If you attended before, this is your next level. On February 7th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, join us live on Zoom for a full day of faith-based AI masterclass. You will leave with clarity, with confidence, and with a framework for leading, not reacting, in the age of artificial intelligence. Registration is just $97. To register, visit zoeministries.com/masterclass9700. Faith is not being replaced by technology. It is being revealed through it. The Jordan Institute for Spiritual Technology and Digital Theology, where faith meets innovation.
something. I don't know why this thing keep doing this. Um, the last master class was awesome. It actually went a couple minutes because the information that we were getting, it was just, listen, AI, whether you like it or not, whether you like it or not, it's here. It is here. So you still have time to register. So listen, especially if you do a lot of, if you are computer savvy, If you're not computer savvy, you better get computer savvy because it's here and it's not going anywhere. No time soon. It's not, it's not. So um that is that. Um right now, everybody is going crazy. I'm not gonna say everybody. The East Coast, we catching it. The East Coast is catching it. The ice, the snow, the rain, the negative temperatures. It's not it. Listen, I'm I I've been in the house all day. I made sure that my parents were good and they had what they needed because don't even be trying to go outside. They did um cancel service. Otherwise, she would have been on her way to the church house. I promise you, she would have been on her way to the church house. So, um, what, where are you and what is your weather like? Let me look at the weather right now because earlier it was a little, let me see. The temperature now is 15, but it feels like 9. I'm gonna say that they're lying because it's cold. Okay. It is absolutely cold. How are y'all dealing with this cold? How are you dealing with the cold? Because as for me, I'm not going anywhere. I got what I needed on yesterday, and I planned not to go out. I do have some things to do tomorrow, so unfortunately, I do have to go out. I have a doctor's appointment. Um, if y'all don't see me moving this side, that's because it hurts. If y'all see me kind of stare off for a second, nothing is wrong. I'm just having pain. That's Murray, you see, you're in Florida. My brother is in Florida, and he was like it was 80 something degrees. Or did he say 78? I think he said 78. Either way, so Felicia, Chattanooga, Tennessee, 30 degrees feels like 23 freezing rain. Yeah, yeah. And see, for Tennessee, yeah, 70s and 80s. So, so, Bree said, we praying for you all. 71 degrees today here in Cali. That's all right. That's all right. Hey, Angie, saving my power. It's snowing here in DC. Oh yeah, DC. They were showing that the power lines and stuff were snapping. Oh my God, we sending prayers up for Angie and anybody in the DC area. I'm in Southern California. It's just gloomy and cold for California. See, I'm telling y'all. Is something going on? Cause folks that ain't never got snow for real, is like getting hit. Child, Lord can make it snow. Where it's not. Yeah, somebody upstairs messing around. Organically says, "Hey, Sean, minus degree 8 degrees. St. Louis, 5 inches of snow." Oh Lord. I think they said it's going to be think when it ends like 3 inches of snow. What's up, Courtney? What's up, Courtney? I am Courtney Phillips TV. I love it. These natural disasters and etc. let us know God is still in control. He is in control. God is definitely in control. Well, we always got these folks up in space messing with stuff. And I'm for it. I'm for it. Hey, brother. Dr. Terrell, listen, y'all, we're gonna have Dr. Terrell on in the next 7 days. I ain't gonna even tell y'all what it's gonna be about, because really we don't know yet. But I love talking to Dr. Terrell. I wanted to let the holidays and the new year and things and stuff come on. Um, and now we're here, so it's time to get to work. I talked to her earlier, too. Uh, Courtney, I'm about to put the link in the chat. We gonna get to that other part uh later on. Hey, what's up, JP? What's up? What's up? Sean says they are manipulating the weather. We must pray. I agree. I agree. Real quick, if y'all have not hit the like button yet, please hit the like button now. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you have not joined, please consider joining the community. We have a goal there. You can help us reach our goal. Our super chats are there. The Cash App is pinned on the screen. There's a few ways you can support the platform. So if you would so help the platform and support the platform, that is always appreciated. But most of all, if y'all can hit that like button and keep us in the algorithm and go on back to some old videos and just click the like button and say, you know, hi or something, that keeps us in the algorithm, that keeps us going. Thank you, JP. Thank you, JP. Thank you, JP, as always, as always. Um, but yeah, it's um it's a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff going on with this weather. Angie says the earth is crying out and grieving also. These ain't normal times. It's not it's not normal for nobody. It's not normal for nobody. It's really not. Let's see what has gone on. What has gone on? On yesterday, the celebration of life for Richard Smallwood. Listen here. I'm going to tell you, I have not seen a homegoing celebration like this. I can't even tell you how long. I can't even tell you how long it's been since I've seen a celebration of life like this. This set the tone for celebrations of life going forward. I can't listen. If you didn't see it, you can go and see it on the St. James show. That is one of the platforms. Roland Martin, I think, showed it, and then if you get the Venimo, you can watch it on there. But I say watch it. If you have not seen it, I say go and see it. Uh-oh. Hold on. We got Courtney is here. Okay, so I'm gonna ask this time because I know last time I just shot her up and she so I'm a, I'm asking this time. You ready? All right.
Hey
See,
y'all, it's me again.
I did. I see. I did better this time. I was trying to. I didn't mean that the last time, but it was awesome. Felicia. It was like, listen. If folks better start. If they didn't see it, they better watch it because they next one, whoever it is, they
Oh,
got something to follow. The service was well done. No grandstanding. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that choir. Oh my God. I can't
you talking about
even.
the funeral?
Hmm.
You talking about the funeral, Richard's? Perfect, excellent.
Like I said, from services here on, I
Hmm.
need y'all to take notes and I need y'all to move accordingly
If it's not like that,
because
I don't want it.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
Mm-mm.
I don't want it. Andrew said, I'm very sad today as the man that was unalive is a AFGE member. Our union had a service for him today at 6. Oh, see? See? And they had the nerve to say he had a pow pow in his hand. I had to go back and watch it a few times because I was like, now I know this isn't the man that I saw. And then when I rewound it and watched it again, I said, he didn't have no. Come on now. I was very familiar with many of the singers and musicians because I'm a singer and a musician myself. They were phenomenal. As a musician, watching them, yes. Tarsha, they were just asking. The link is in the chat. I'll pin it.
Who says they are? I was laughing at Jesse. Who said they're a musician?
Um,
Felicia is a musician.
yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, Felicia,
What you
we
play,
don't be
Felicia?
knowing. Yeah, I was about to say what you do. We don't be knowing who you be having, who we be having in the house.
I was laughing because Jesse said, Courtney, they're gonna be a legend. You're AI. That is
I
hilarious.
wasn't gonna say nothing.
Ah! What you was gonna say?
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but when I saw you in the back room, I said, oh, okay, okay.
I be trying
See,
to.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. JP said they only had to come up and get one person to sit down. That's it. Listen,
Mhm.
if that's all you had to do was one, oh,
Right.
you did good. You did
Mhm.
good. You did good. If you only had one coattail you had to pull at a
Right.
black person's, you did good. You did good. I did, but oh, Angie, we are praying for y'all. That's
Angie out of
crazy.
power?
They DC, their power lines are snapping.
Oh, Lord, please.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Piano, organ, drums, and guitar.
Are you a whole four-piece by yourself?
Oh, so you
Okay.
just need a mic, and you
That's it.
just all you need is the mic. You can go on ahead and
Oh, she said
you.
no, it's on. The power is on.
I was watching the news. They were saying that they were showing some snap power lines down.
Mm, okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's not only a lot of these places,
She just trying to
especially
conserve it. Mm-hmm.
in the South that aren't used to this type of weather. Like here in Michigan, our power lines are made for
Okay.
the snow, the ice, the stuff like that. But other states that's not used to this, they stuff is made out of what it's made out of. So
Well, why
when those
everybody stuff
hmm,
not made out of that? I don't understand.
cause it's I mean, that's like when I moved to Georgia from Michigan, I had to get different tires because
Mm-hmm.
here you have the 4 season, there is all season. And when I came
Mm.
back, I had to get some more tires because them Georgia tires not gonna work here. Even cars that are made, I noticed my car because I got it from Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
When I got it to Georgia, like on the inclines and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of the transmission does different. It took a minute for it to catch on, but yeah, because
Oh,
our
wow.
roads are different, so cars are made different. People try to take the spotlight when it's not about them. Just have to know when to stand down. Yeah, yeah.
What were we talking about?
She was talking about the funeral.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The funeral.
Yeah.
Because people don't know how to just now realistically 2 minutes ain't enough to say nothing about nobody.
2 minutes. It really need to be 1 minute and 50 seconds, to be honest with you.
I
Sit
mean,
down.
I said like really the only people
Say
that's
it
why I
while
like
they
when they
alive.
have but then when they have the wakes and stuff like that, I think that's what that is for. Like the family hour when you want to talk and you want to tell what y'all did when y'all went to school behind the house and all of that, like do that stuff there. The service should be
Yeah.
ran just like that.
It should be expedited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because people
That's
don't realize that stuff costs. And when you
mm-hmm.
up there talking for 5 and 10 minutes, when they gave you 2 for a reason, and then next thing you know, the funeral home tapping you on the shoulder, talking about we gotta go because we gotta be to the grave by said time.
Or they gonna
People
charge
don't
you.
understand that that stuff costs money, and you
That's
are being disrespectful and not considerate of other people's time when you do that.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then you want to get mad. No, you should have gave them their flowers while they're alive. And that's what I challenge and admonish each and every one of you. If you have so much to say about somebody, go ahead and while they're alive, do them an appreciation and let them know how much you love and care about them and share all of your stories and your testimonies. So by the time it's time to lay them to rest and celebrate their life, you're not taking up the whole service.
Come on, evangelist.
I'm sorry.
Come on,
I
evangelist.
felt something on that. I'm sorry.
Come on, evangelist. But
But
it's
I'm
true.
serious.
I have 2 services. My uncle's service is Thursday, and my daughter's great grandmother's service is Friday. They ain't even here yet, and it's already
Mm-hmm.
like, come on, y'all. Like
Mm-hmm.
her birthday, she would have been 90 next month.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? But what I find out is a lot of people, when they're doing all of those types of things, it's out of guilt.
I was
Something,
just about to say that.
something happens, and
You didn't
you
honor
should
them
have
in
got.
their life.
Yep, yep.
Mm-mm.
All that hollering and screaming. That's guilt. Because if a person, especially if they get more years than God promised us,
Yes.
are
Let
we
me
going
tell
to
you.
miss you? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But all that extra stuff, especially if they were sick,
Yeah.
like let them go on.
Let
Like
me tell you
let
something.
them rest for real.
If it's any funeral that I'm a part of, if it's any like close relative of mine that I have to deal with, the funeral services, I'm gonna tell you, we're not doing it. Sit down in front of everybody,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm gonna say cut the mic. Not
Listen,
about to play with that child.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
When the Lord called me home, don't have no long funeral, but I want everybody telling stories and give me love back my weight. And see, that's the thing. Or
Oh,
have
yeah.
like a celebration or something. Everything doesn't have to be sad. Why do we get
Right.
sad when people pass? Yes, like I said, we're going to miss them. But with what's going on here now,
But what makes it sad is that although as a believer, we believe that, when you pass, hopefully we'll see you again, right? But the truth is, while we're here on earth, they are no longer, like, they're not coming back. You know what I'm saying? So that's a hard pill to swallow when you have developed a human bond with another soul, another human soul.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're no longer
Yeah.
here. I don't even, I know we all have to go that way. We all have to bury a loved one that's, you know, that we've connected with. I know it's hard, but it's hard for my mind to even fathom them not being here, but I'm still here. That's tough.
My uncle used to oh my God, my uncle. Oh my God. That was probably that I'm not gonna say probably. That was the first father figure that I actually like would say. That was like my uncle daddy.
Mhm.
And he used to say all the time, y'all gonna miss me when I'm gone. Y'all gonna miss me when I'm gone. Cause he used to like all the nieces and nephews when he came in, you had to hug him, you had to kiss him. He was one of them, like, and
Mhm.
it was like, oh my God, like we getting older, we don't want it. He would just be like, you gonna miss this when I'm gone. You gonna miss this when I'm gone. And he passed in 2005.
Mm.
And when I tell you,
Mm. Y'all missing something serious.
oh my goodness, that was the fun uncle. That was the uncle that I've had every animal pet you can probably think of. I've
Mhm.
had my mama say she would just come home and it would be a rabbit, or it would just be some. She'd be like, "What are you?" He was just that uncle with the convertibles, and he would take all the kids out, and just that
Mhm.
was who he was. So,
Mm.
and then he was the one that kept the family together. If he had to pray for you, he was gonna pray for you. If he had to cuss you out, he was gonna cuss you out. But he made sure stuff was in order. Now it's just kind of like,
Yeah, not the same. It's never
no,
the same.
it's not.
Thank you
Prophetess, are
organically,
you
Shanae.
ready? I don't want to just bring you up like I did Courtney. Give me a thumbs up when
That
you
was
ready.
so funny. That was a good old blooper.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just when you ready, just give me a thumbs up and I'll bring you on. All right, all right,
Thank
all
you,
right.
Shanae. Good. Hey, look
Boom,
who's
boom, boom. Clock
here
it, clock
Everybody,
it.
how are y'all doing on
with a
today?
delicious, refreshing beverage. Yes.
Listen, you made that too, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
See?
What is that?
It's a cafe latte.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I done went to Dunkin' Donuts and she's sitting up here.
This is made by me.
You probably have some type of frappuccino machine or something, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Mhm.
That's how she got on her mother's board. Listen, Tasha know what she doing.
Yes,
Yes, I got the whipped cream and everything.
everything.
Mm-mm.
It
Yes.
looks delicious.
How's everybody
Good.
holding up in their part of the town with the storm?
It's cold. I haven't been out there, so I can't tell you nothing. I just been looking out the window like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've been good. We've been holding up all right. It is cold outside.
What's y'all weather?
I think
Uh,
I
who
don't even
we?
know. I think the last time I checked it was like 12 degrees.
Okay, that's cold. Courtney, what's y'all?
He, 30. Don't judge it. It's still cold.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Y'all, like, it's hot over there.
Well, you know,
Yeah,
New York, we're used to this type of New York, and anybody from Detroit, we're used to this type of weather.
We are not. I'm,
I'm used to it. It's just the ice part that I don't like.
yeah.
That's the only thing. The snow stuff don't bother me. I love driving in the snow anyway, but it's that ice. I can't. Mm-mm.
You know, Houston is a coastal city, and so we're used to the warm weather and all of that good stuff. But when it gets like this, we freak out. And I know y'all roast and gag us, but here's the thing: that ice storm, that was my first ice storm.
Oh
Here,
yeah.
I can't remember what year that was. It was not too long ago.
2021, 22.
Yep, I believe it was 21.
Yeah.
That was horrific. And so that's why the minute they say ICE is coming, we're like, oh, let me do what I gotta do, because that was a disaster.
But y'all hell is crazy too, though.
Yeah. Hell, and anytime it rains, it floods.
Yeah, and y'all have golf ball size hell.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
bad.
do that hail stuff. Oh my goodness, it can actually hurt your
Yup.
windshield and things like that.
Yup.
Knock a hole in your window.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But I love it
Mm-hmm.
in Houston. Everyone should come.
Are you in Houston?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
I have
I love
family
Houston.
there.
Really? Have any of
Mhm.
you been before?
I've been.
No, but I love the. What I should say is I love the food, the restaurants that I see.
Mhm.
Oh, whenever I go, I'm definitely hitting up all them restaurants. Yeah.
Yes, the food
Hey,
is
Catherine
great.
Powell. Catherine Powell is in the
Hey,
house.
Catherine.
But
Have
okay,
you
so
been,
I'm.
Sean?
Hmm.
Have you been to Houston? Okay. Did you like it?
I love it. I love it. It's one restaurant. Oh my God, I can't think of it. That my aunt took me to. Oh my God, their burgers. Oh my God.
You don't remember the name of it? And it
All
was
I
like a
know
burger
is we
joint.
was outside somewhere. And I can't tell you.
It's so many little spots and hidden jewels around here of good food. When I
Yeah,
first
it
moved here, I had gained a lot of weight just from eating good.
snacking.
Yeah,
Well,
Really?
not.
Oh my
eating
goodness.
good, going to
Oh my
the
goodness.
different, because I'm a foodie, so I love to try different foods and things of that nature. So after I had kind of gotten that, out the way, I'm like, okay, let me work on my weight
Mhm.
because
Oh, if you come here, you're gonna definitely. I'm gonna tell you when you come to Detroit, just don't
I
eat a
am.
few days before,
Mhm.
and you won't be mad at us when you go back home because
I want to try you all's deep dish pizza.
hmm
I gotta try that.
that
Mhm.
that Detroit style, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
because I had a version of it here, and I know it will be 20
ain't the
times better
same,
there.
ain't
I
the
know.
same. Just so being me is in the house. So speaking of
Hey.
the funeral, I wanted to talk about this with you ladies because when I saw this, it hit home. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Um, Ayanla deciding not to attend her daughter's funeral. Now, people were saying, "Oh, that's just disrespectful. That's just how do you?" I'm gonna say this, and I said this before, and people looked at me like I was crazy. I I'm not gonna say I've changed my mind, but I've thought about it. I don't want to attend my mom's. If my mom goes first, I don't want to.
Now listen, all right. When she said it, that was cute. We understand, we can appreciate it, etc., etc. She did not go because of family issues as it pertained to her grandson and considering who she was. I could understand that. If you can help it, you need to be at your mama funeral. If you
I
can
mean,
help
I
it.
know that, but I was like, okay, I'll be with the choir. Like I don't see me just sitting there
Okay. I can get with that.
with her just late.
I understand that, but
mm.
I'm afraid that with her saying this, and I understand completely her sentiments. And when I first heard it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. And I was ready to go on the rampage. I ain't going to nobody's funeral, but I had to pause and say, no, wait now. That's her stance because of her grandson
Yeah. Now her reasoning
and who
behind
she
it,
is.
I 100% agree. Because if
Mhm.
you know that it's going to cause what it was going to cause for the sake of the family and your grandson and for the respect of your daughter, absolutely.
And most importantly, I mean, that's important too, but because again of who she is. She
Mm-hmm.
couldn't afford to have no blow up and then it get on TMZ and then all these other places. And then she having to do a whole press tour to tell her family business. She didn't want her family business out like that. So I
Mm-hmm.
understand all of that.
And
But if
also
we can, go ahead.
um from the other perspective spiritually, that I don't know if she discussed this, but I know that Ilyana Van Zant spoke about this during the pandemic on Clubhouse. um her 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 beliefs surrounding death also play a part in this as well,
Mm-hmm.
spiritually. So she mentioned the grandson, that there's friction. And then also why I didn't react is because I don't know her the relationship also that she had right before her daughter, before she passed. I remember when she was on Clubhouse, when she was introducing her spiritual line of products. I don't know if
Mhm.
anybody's familiar with her.
Yeah.
She has a line of products that are spiritual based. She discussed that she had made peace with her daughter before the transition, and
Mm-hmm.
she expressed that she understands what transition is, and that once her daughter made her last breath, she already went to another plane. So what she was dealing with was the shell of her daughter. So that was a discussion she had on Clubhouse. Now, the new discussion, right? She mentioned her grandson. So I also believe there was
Mm.
layers as to why she also had closure. And so for her, based around her spiritual beliefs and what she explained on Clubhouse back then, she already knew that her daughter had her spirit left the body. She knew she was at peace, and what she was dealing with was her shell. And she felt that when she this is all from Clubhouse, and then I'm going to lead into now.
I'm gonna have to go to
she
Clubhouse.
she felt
This
that
is back in the day.
Oh,
this was during the pandemic.
okay, okay.
And she said that she had made peace with her daughter, and she also had mentioned she knew her daughter was passing away. So that was another, and this was all from a spiritual aspect, that explanation back then. Now, the information regarding the grandson is new information because he wasn't mentioned during that spiritual conversation. And
Gotcha.
I believe she
Okay.
didn't mention it because the conversation was really around, she was also promoting her products, and she's a part of IFA. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that. And
Hmm.
so she was also expressing her faith and her beliefs surrounding death as well, because there was a few people that was in the Clubhouse audience that wanted to get on the stage to talk about, like, well, how do you feel like that? You should want to pay your last respects to your daughter, and things of that nature. So my point is, I don't really know, I can't really say how people should grieve, right? I don't really know people's mindset surrounding death, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a different belief around death. I know people who do believe in ancestral worship and those type of practices.
Hmm.
Their view around death is different from mine, or even those who grew up in the black church. We're gonna have, like, Richard Small had this beautiful homegoing
Hmm.
service, right? So honestly, I didn't feel any way. When I heard it, I said, okay, I remember her giving that story on Clubhouse, but the new information regarding the grandson, I found it to be very interesting, because I didn't hear that when she was trying to sell her products on Clubhouse.
You bought
Was
some of the
that for their
products.
first?
Oh,
Go ahead, Courtney.
I said, you bought some of the products, Tarsha?
No.
I'm messy. You know I'm being messy. Go ahead.
No, what I was saying was that with her first daughter.
Okay, now did another daughter
Mm,
pass? I don't know.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, so
Good
The
I
question.
don't
grandson
know about
is,
this daughter.
yeah,
I don't know. I thought it was the same daughter. So if it's a
no.
new daughter, then I'm not up on that information. I thought it was the other daughter that passed away years ago.
No, no,
Oh,
no.
that's
That was the
good.
one
That's a
that
good question.
passed to cancer. The one that recently, the
Oh,
grandson, that's
Mhm.
the grandson that's her son. The daughter that
okay.
just passed son.
Okay, well, thank you for bringing me up to speed. I had no clue that it was a whole different
Yeah,
daughter.
that's why I was like, wait, let me go to the clubhouse because now she didn't see it. Now, Yana, don't start no mess.
That's why Sean was like, I got to get over there to Clubhouse. No,
Yeah,
no.
because I'm like, I thought Clubhouse was okay. Yeah, the her recent daughter that passed,
Oh, okay. Well, then that
son
explains it. Because I was like, why is
has,
she bringing up? What does
yeah,
that other story was old? So okay, this is a
yeah,
whole new situation. All right.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. That's why I said is I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
I just I don't know. I've lost people close to me. Like when my other uncle passed, I didn't have time to do any, I don't feel like grieving because I was running around taking care of everything. By the
Mhm.
time I sat down, it was like, okay, my uncle not here no more. It was the viewing, the funeral, like everything had passed. So it was like I'm dealing with it different. When my sister was unalive, I was in jail, so I didn't get a chance to experience that.
Mhm.
So I have these different feelings when it comes to passing. I don't, that front row just sitting and they laying there and then the closing of the, nah, mm-mm.
So you saying
I'll
that's hard for you to deal with. So you're saying that you would prefer not to go.
yeah. When my grandmother passed, I was like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And then I was like, okay, I'll go and I'll just go in the choir. Well, when we got there, they was like, all the grandkids come up front. And I was like, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. So I was letting everybody go in front of me. And I remember like getting almost to the middle of the church. And I could just hear people saying, and next thing I know, I was sitting on the side. Even at funerals, when I have to direct, I'll stand somewhere off to the side, just standing in
So
front
you
of
can't do the
somebody.
body. You can't
I
do the
know.
body.
I don't like it.
You know what? Let's talk about that for a second. The psychological ramifications of attending a homegoing. Should people opt to protect their peace and not attend?
Because then when you think about it, because we have dreams and you can't control your dreams. So I don't want to continuously have that dream of the casket closing. Like
Mm-hmm.
I would rather at that time when the funeral home comes up, I can go in the back, I can go do, and then once that's done, I'll come back in. But I can't. I don't want to.
But should people say, "Hey, I'm not going to the funeral," and y'all just gonna have to be okay with it? Should they
I
take
think
that
you should.
stance for their mental health,
I think you should be able to.
Tarsha?
I think that if someone has that type of reaction because it may create ongoing trauma, I think sometimes the backlash comes from the family.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No, and so the family sometimes, and I think with us with Black families, when it comes to funerals and things, we tend to put too much pressure on the showing up, the repast,
This is true.
and things of that nature. And I think that within our families, we need to even maybe create a new culture where
Mm-hmm.
these things are addressed, because it can create a cycle of trauma, especially if sometime if you're in a family where people are getting older, then now there's going to be funerals back to back. I may not want to go. I may not want to. And then I'm gonna just say this. I actually had an experience where I had to literally tell somebody, I don't just go to everybody's funeral. This is not a party.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't show up, that doesn't mean I didn't care or love the person. I remember the time we had when they were on this plane in the earthly realm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go there, and then now I have to deal with the memory of, I'll say this. One of my good friends, one of her friends passed away 2 years ago. Now I knew her. Her name was Effie. Beautiful woman. However, she wasn't my close friend, but I met her through my close friend, right? She tragically passed away from breast cancer. So when she passed, it was very strange, but I felt like I had to go show my respects. Now, she wasn't even my close friend, but I knew her by going to different ladies' night we would have, and she would be there. But again, she wasn't my close friend. But I felt like I had to go. And the thing that affected me from going was when I saw her son there. Her son was sitting by himself and
Mm-hmm.
he lost his mom. Now, thank God she was married and he would be raised by his dad, and she had a big extensive family. But the thing that stuck in my mind was, oh my God, he's the same age as my son. And then like I started because I'm a person that when I get something in my brain, it just sticks there. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking about it, and I had to finally say, I'm gonna pray for her son. Maybe my reason for being there, when the Lord showed me her son sitting by himself and his head was down, and it just looked like he lost, of course, his best friend. I
Mm-hmm.
said, well, you know what I'll do, God? I will intercede for her son
Mm-hmm.
until you tell me to stop. That maybe I'm supposed to be one that will continue to pray for him. And I'm also a mother, so I understand what it's like to pray for a son, right? But at the same time, that memory was still with me, and she was laid out right in front of where he was sitting. And
Mm-hmm.
so it affected me, and that was not a family member. And that is why I just can't go to just everybody's, and I think I told this on my platform. There was a young lady in New York. She was murdered by a young man on the street. Come to find out, her mother and I grew up together. It was all over the news. I went to the funeral. Again, the mayor was there. It was a whole bunch of press there. It was what they consider a high profile funeral.
Mm-hmm.
After I came home, I kept seeing the images in my brain because she was a young girl. She had a whole life ahead of her. The guy asked her for her number. She said, no, I don't want to give you my number. And he took a knife out and slashed her in the neck.
I remember that on the news.
Yeah. So the thing that bothered me when I saw her, they had to get her an outfit to wear that covered up the neck area. And that's the thing that kept sticking with me. So, in my humble opinion, I don't think people should just always go to every funeral.
Right.
But if you are a type of person that has a strong mental, I guess, will to endure, then I find it, it's not a problem. But we also should be mindful. Maybe that's the point I'm getting at, of
Mm-hmm.
who we're paying respects to. And sometimes sending a card or, just letting the family know that you're there, will also suffice. But when it's a close family member, I think that's where it can be touch and go, because people will look at you like, you didn't care. You didn't care about Aunt Lucy. That doesn't mean I didn't care. Sometimes family members are not sensitive to our feelings
Mm-hmm.
because that's a form of grief. Let me just say this, not showing up doesn't mean you don't care. It means that you're grieving so much that you can't even bear to see the person laying there in the state of death.
Yeah.
That's really it.
And that's another thing that people don't understand. Wait, before I get into that, please hit the like button. Please, 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 please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Support the platform. The Cash App is there. We are trying to reach our goal. So if you would please be so kind as to help the ladies out.
I'm also
Um,
streaming simultaneously on my platform. So
wonderful.
just to let you know, I
You
figured it
figured.
out. Yes.
See, there we go. There,
Mhm.
prelate St. James is in the
The
house.
apostle, he has been elevated
He's an
today.
apostle.
He's apostle now. He's planting churches here on YouTube.
Yes,
So
he
yeah,
is. And I
he's
asked him
sending
today.
out leaders.
I said, hey prelate, you think you could do a like a StreamYard tutorial for some of us? Cause it's still some things we trying to figure out. Cause as the apostle,
Hmm.
you now have churches that you have reign over. So you got to make
Hmm.
sure that we are representing the carnal church sector
Isn't that beautiful? Look at this. This
in
is no,
that
but what you
way.
just said is powerful.
Hmm.
It
It really is.
mhm.
Yes, he. It's really the real thing because St. James has his platform, and from his platform, other platforms are being built up. Isn't that
Yes.
beautiful?
I
Yes.
love it. Let's
It
give
is
St.
very good.
James a
Yes.
shout out. He ain't one of them stingy apostles. He likes to see
Hmm.
his members and his leaders grow, and he don't hold back.
That's right.
He
He
ain't one
doesn't.
of
He
them
doesn't
that be
gatekeep.
he shouts us out. He
Hmm.
don't, he lets us put our channels in the chat.
Hmm.
He's not selfish at all, and I love that about him. So St. James, shout
Yes.
out to you, sir. Shout out to you. But
Yes.
back to the funeral thing. Me, this is what I do. This is what I do because it's just how I think. I'll rather be there after the funeral because that's when everything kicks in. This person
True.
is not here anymore. This is now they have to live a new normal without their person. So I might not come to the funeral service, but you better know you're going to hear from me that week a few times. That's going to happen for a couple weeks. And then, as time goes, then I just, kind of check in on you. But those are the times that I feel like people need you because let's be real, depending on who the person is, they don't remember who was at the service or not because you're in such a grieving state.
I disagree
I don't remember
because
the
I've
folks
heard
that
from
was
too
at
many
my
people. I've heard from too many people. They'll be like, so and so didn't even show up. They wasn't even there for me. Like they be having a whole list.
really.
Yeah, the
Yes.
family group chat,
Oh,
the family group
Yes.
chat be lit, and not to say it like this, but sometimes, well, not sometimes, a lot of times, a lot of stuff goes on at funerals. Like you find out stuff that you never knew about people. People show up out of nowhere. You don't know who this person, was. Sometimes, let me just say, sometimes things show up, and then you always have that one family member that is like the news reporter. They
Hmm.
telling
mm-hmm.
who was there, who was at the door, who did this, who did that, and then after the funeral, that's when everything's reported back. Cousin Lucy didn't come. This one didn't come. This
Really.
was over there eating up all the food. Yeah.
Oh, see, because my grandmother's, I'm gonna tell you what I remember from my grandmother. My grandmother's service, I remember the bishop preaching. I can't tell you what he said. Lisa Page Brooks sung. I remember that. Bishop Michael Brooks spoke, I remember him getting up, but as far as like everybody that was, I can't even tell you what family members was there and wasn't there.
You probably have a large family though.
Oh yeah, my grandmother had seven kids, so but I didn't know people would remember like that. Uh-oh, so I might have, oh man, I didn't
Yeah, I
not
remember
went
my
to a few.
grandmother's funeral like it was yes. Like I remember everything about my grandmother's funeral. I remember when I found out she passed away.
Oh, I
I
remember
was in
that.
Puerto Rico. Okay, I was in Puerto Rico, and my sister called me, and I had to fly back to New York. I had to leave my vacation, come back to New York, and it was just very devastating. Always somebody, always family drama. Something always goes on in the planning because when it's sudden, things. There's a lot of moving parts,
Mm-hmm.
and so there has to be always somebody there to keep the balance so that certain parts of the family are not arguing about this or that or making sure that everything that the person may have wanted is going to go according to their wishes and things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature. So my mother, which is the only child of my grandmother, she said to me that the day that everything was going on, she was not really cognizant of because she was still in shock.
Yeah.
So
That's
after
what Katrina was saying.
yeah, so after everything was over and everything calmed down, me being the news reporter, I had to like give her a recap of like,
Please don't make me
so and
laugh.
so did this. This was going on here. That was
Oh
going on there.
wow.
And yeah, my family does call me the news reporter. So this is happening here. You know, this one didn't even like grandma. I don't know why she was up there. So it was like, you know, after everything was over, then my mother was like, oh yeah, I remember this. Oh yeah, I remember that. And then things started coming back to her. And I would say that was the most traumatic because it was very quick, very sudden. It wasn't like my grandmother was sick. So you
Mhm.
always have to have somebody that can also keep the family together so that it can be a time of mourning.
Yeah.
And see, that's my mom, and I can't stand it because I feel like for my grandmother, my great grandmother, my uncle, she didn't like mourn. She didn't have that opportunity to do anything because she was making sure that everybody else was okay. And I remember we were going somewhere one day and something came on the radio and I could see her body like change. And when I
Mhm.
looked over, she was just bawling, just bawling. And I was like, what's up? And she was like, I miss my mama. But this was like months and
Mhm.
months and months later. And I
Mhm.
just let her get it out because I'm like,
Mhm.
this is the first time that you've actually released this. But in the timing, you don't have time to really do all of that. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to apologize to some people because I really was like, oh, they ain't gonna miss me. They ain't gonna know I wasn't here. So I didn't.
He
Sorry, y'all.
really. Ooh. Yeah.
Oh
So and
no.
so ain't even there for me. Nah.
Now I have been to some places and just signed the book, you know.
Mhm.
But I just
For
don't do
some
the
people,
bodies. I just
and we can move on. Uh, come just to view the body.
I don't want to see it.
They'll come in the funerals I've served, and they'll peek their head in. They be like, "Where the body?" There is no body. It's an urn, and they'll leave.
I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Like I give so many props to people who like do their family members hair and makeup and well we about to go up here and view the body to make sure. Listen, however
Them
it
people gonna
is.
view that body. They're gonna view that body. They're gonna want to know who did the body. They're gonna be like,
What is
oh, they
that
went
going?
around and so and them. Oh, okay, yeah, because they look good. Or if they don't look good, huh, they'll say that
Lord
too.
Jesus, what is I gonna do? Because I'm the only child. I'm not doing all.
Sean,
Hmm?
don't make me laugh.
Huh? I don't know.
Sean, you got to go.
My
What we
best friend
talking
is a
about?
doctor. I already told her, hey, listen, when that time comes, whatever you need to give me, give it to me. Cause I can't,
You could be stronger than what you think. I mean, but allegedly, because I've never experienced it. I don't
Child.
want to experience it, but I know we all have to go that way. But we can move on.
Yeah. That's okay. I'm gonna
I'm
have to
laughing at
call
you,
y'all
Sean.
because I'm
Because who else gonna do? Who gonna do it? You got to do it.
That's the part that I
The
don't
Lord will
like.
give you a supernatural strength to carry out your parents' wishes as best as you can. I believe He will.
Okay.
And make sure
I'm
they
a
look like they sleep. Please don't
listen.
Candace, get out.
I say I'm the only child when
But
my
no, for
mom
real,
passed.
because
I
there are
had
people. I'm sorry.
ooh.
Yeah, there are people in this chat and people I know personally that have like recently, like last week before last, have experienced something traumatic as this that they have had to walk through. So God will supernaturally grace you with the strength if you don't have that type of support where you have to do it all. He will give you that because
I
we have some
need
survivors in this chat right now.
well, I need to see this. Not saying I mean she ain't sick or nothing. I just really because my mom is older and I really just be
Yeah.
like,
That's a reality.
oh.
We all have to sit on that front row, or we all have to go that way. My parents are aging as well. And those are thoughts in my prayer. I digress because I don't want to speak none of this out. But just just know that we all have to go that way.
Yeah. I look at people and I give them so many props like, oh Jesus, you cause whoo. But I'm gonna go to some hold on, I'm trying to pull this up. Okay,
Thank
we gonna go to something that I saw that was hilarious to me.
Okay. Yes, please. Make us laugh.
I'm gonna bring this up.
Oh, Danette. Oh, my condolences. Oh,
Yeah, see.
that is next level. That ooh, okay. Please don't make me laugh.
Anybody, I don't give a Let me out. Pastor, let me out. In the name of Jesus, let me out. You know what? You acting like a real right now. Real paranoid. You gonna let Drew up the church's money and you ain't gonna do shit. I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing nothing to Drewski over no skit. I got a whole mother brand new Cadillac, no dude. What's wrong with you? Huh? Say something. You talking about I got a wife, I got a baby mama. I got a baby mama who got a baby mama that's pregnant. Pull up right here.
Oh, when
That
I saw that, I had to holler. I was hollering. I said they had made a whole skit out of this. I laughed so hard. I said, Drewski, this one video, not a pastor's, The pastors are ganged up and they looking for him.
Listen.
Do y'all? And then I listened to Todd, and I was like, y'all want social media or the internet or the vloggers and bloggers to be so bad. Y'all instead of looking at it like, did what we look like? Y'all took it and made a whole, and then they come back and turn around and do another funny skit.
Man, that one sent me. Now that one was
so
better
funny.
than Drewski's. That thing.
I didn't see that one yet.
I just saw it this morning. I was like, oh, this is hilarious.
Now,
So
did Mike
funny.
Epps make that one?
Probably.
That was so good.
That was funny. But that's the kind of stuff we need, that kind of, like, that little break. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because church is not that stuck up, you poor, you don't do nothing, all you doing is crying, that's not what church is.
I think we take ourselves so serious, right? But everything that they're doing is just a mirror. Like, I don't even know what else to say, because the Mike Epps one that you just showed, we have seen pastors on podcasts or on social media or wherever really express their content for what Drewski has done. But they don't want to admit that this is a mirror of some, not all, of some of our churches.
And I think that's what it is. It's that mirror. It's that mirror that's then turned back on you, because now you actually see what you actually look like to people.
You know you gimmicky in the name of Jesus. Just come on. Deal with it.
They don't want to
accept.
They don't want to accept that this is how they really look. They look crazy sometimes, and these comedians of the world are basically imitating what they see online. It's not. They didn't just come up with this out of nowhere. And guess what? It's comedy. It's comical.
Church people, the whole you ain't supposed. They don't. It's like that. You can't laugh. You can't laugh. You can't cry. You can't, like.
And let me tell you something. I am an advocate for the church. I am proudly a church girl. I am the church. Okay. All day. But it's like, come on, y'all. Truth is, we were trying different methods because we felt like we could relate. When in truth, these people they're not asking for our fog lights. They're not asking for us to swing in from the ceiling. They're not asking for any of these things. They want Jesus and Jesus alone.
Y'all came up with that.
You can have a great production. Yes, you should have a good production, because we're streaming now. You should look good through stream. You should sound good. You should. These things, yes, we should have these things to minister with excellence. But we have to have the gimmicks. You don't have to drive a car onto your stage.
That's it.
You did that,
sir.
You was dropping it like it was hot and bagging it up and doing all of this stuff. You did that on your stage. You was acting like you was in the barbershop on your stage.
Because you thought that's what they wanted. And that was cute. That's fine. So just laugh at the jokes and just continue. If this is the ministry that the Lord has given you, then proceed. But this is what it looks like.
I say it like this. They say hit dogs holler.
Because if it don't apply, let it fly.
All day.
But
the ones that's coming out, they got something to say. Now, there's been a lot of them that have come on and thought that it was hilariously funny. But then If it don't apply, it's gonna be
And
fun.
then for some of y'all that's mad, some of y'all pastors that are mad, it doesn't apply to you because you don't have a mega ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that.
Exactly.
Then there's
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
during the vid when we had to just do the streaming and stuff. Yeah, all the lights and stuff. That okay, let's do it. But now that we've kind of, well, not kind of, but it's over now. Bring the choir stands back. You can still have a few lights, but make the church look back like a church again.
When I tell you people that are unchurched, they want grandmama church
Yep.
because
You're
they can
talking
relate
right. That is true. That
to
is
that
true.
foundation. This
They
other
don't want,
stuff,
yeah, they don't want all of this
They don't want
pomp and circumstance,
the
the
stage.
concert. They don't want
Mm-mm.
all of that. You want to know why?
Mm-mm.
They already came from that when they go to the Puffy concert, when they go see Little Kim, when they
come
go
on,
see Usher,
come
when
on.
they go see Beyonce, when they come to the church,
Mhm.
they expect to see that experience that the grant, like you said,
Yes,
the church of old, the church
yes,
that I remember, right?
Mhm.
The church
yes,
where we had shut-ins. I think we talked about
yes,
that before, where people were literally serious about God to where the
yes,
tangible evidence of God showed up and met us where we were. We didn't need
yes.
lights, camera, action.
Mm-mm.
There was no internet. That the internet now is being is now a part of the church service. And I've been saying this for the past 2 years. Some of these churches need to stop live streaming.
Period.
Now,
But
Cut
I'm
the
gonna tell you
screen.
why. They don't like the public scrutiny, right? But
Mhm.
mm-hmm.
yet they continue to live stream services where the people who are not a part of these church organizations or church culture, they don't understand what is going on. So the clips
Mm-hmm.
that we see, that we get, is basically they're trying to understand, why is Marvin Sapp saying close the doors, close the
Right.
doors? Mind you, yes, that was a small snippet of something larger that he said, but these are people who don't understand offering time. They don't
Mhm.
understand no movement during this time. It's a sacred moment.
Right.
So now
Mm-hmm.
the church has opened themselves up
Yeah.
for public scrutiny, but by no fault of their own, because once the pandemic came, everybody had to get equipment, make sure you can
Mhm.
live stream so that people can still attend service. So, in my opinion, I think maybe if they're going to still live stream, I don't think every service needs to be live streamed.
No.
I don't think every conference needs to be live streamed, but I'm only one person. These people, they say they get revelations from God. I think that some of the things that are coming out, it's being brought upon themselves because
Mhm.
they're not also using wisdom. And that's all
Mhm.
I have to say about that.
Mhm.
Now, to that, y'all saw Brian Kern last week while he was talking and he needed to talk to his people and he had them cut that live.
Rightfully so.
It can be done. There are some churches that only stream the word. You get
Mhm.
a little bit of the choir before he comes up. When he preaches, when he done, that's it. You don't get the altar call,
Mhm.
the announcements. You don't get none of that.
Mhm.
Maybe they should try that.
Well, I know my church, that's what we do. So we stream the service live, but then once the live is over, it's edited to just go into the word. No music, just go straight into the word.
I
So
think the whole live stream should. I don't. Well, that or do like my church. After pastor preaches, then they have a video that they play of all the announcements, all of
mhm.
to keep all of these people from, well, you coming up and do this, and then you come up and
Yeah,
do this.
yeah, yeah.
The church service, we go through the whole service, and then when he finished preaching and they do the offering and all of that, then they play the video that's all of the announcements and stuff. That cuts out a lot.
But I think now, because of the society that we're in that doesn't have a long attention span any longer, a lot of churches are adopting that an hour, 30 minutes model. So they're trying to see in the service where we can cut the fat, if you will. So a lot of times they will do like what you said, play the announcements, you know, via the TV or whatever the case may be. And don't have someone come up and do announcements anymore. That's just time effective. And that makes all the sense in the world. But as far as everyone streaming, I think too, the church has always been, the Black church has always been 20 years behind.
Always.
So Vid had the churches stepping their game up. But now I'll say this. If you're only streaming on Facebook and not YouTube, I'm looking at you sideways.
Yep.
And then that's when
that right there.
I feel like you probably need to, you're only streaming on Facebook because you don't have the manpower and there's you don't have the capacity for the World Wide Web. Mm-hmm. Because the internet is another location of your church.
Mm-hmm. And Facebook,
and some people don't know. Yeah, some people don't know how to attend to that part of their ministry, because that's your evangelism tool. Internet is. Because now you're not just local, now you're worldwide. But you have to understand how you're coming across. And if you're not ready yet, then you can shut that live even on Facebook and get prepared and ask other people and do the necessary things. If you have 5 people in your congregation, I think you should shut the live down.
I agree.
Or
if your
shut the church down.
I wouldn't say that,
live stream from your office at your church, because you're wasting money on lights, gas, water, and all of that just to have a church building. You have 20 people. Those 20 people are not keeping the lights, gas, and all of that other stuff on.
I was just about to push back, but you're right.
Go ahead on and make that your Zoom, or make that your live stream, and do that, because you're wasting money. The people that are giving virtually, you're paying for a building that you're not even occupying for real. People just want to say they have a building, but
everybody doesn't know how to occupy this space either. They may only have a brick and mortar mindset and only know how to do what they do in person, but they may not know how to come across virtually only.
Listen.
Yes. And that was exhibited on the now I keep referencing the pandemic, and I'm gonna tell you why. During the pandemic, I got to see the personality of a lot of preachers on Clubhouse. And you'll hear me mention Clubhouse a lot because I did dwell in Clubhouse mostly during the pandemic, because that's where a lot of people, we were congregating there.
Yes.
Some of these preachers, they don't have a nice personality. So it was like, in the pulpit, they're one way, right? But they couldn't communicate with the people in Clubhouse on a personal and humanistic level. Like they were snapping at people. They were trying to conduct the Clubhouse room like it was a sanctuary, meaning like, yeah, it is technically like your digital sanctuary, but you just can't talk to people anyhow on Clubhouse or anything of that matter digitally, because people are going to clap back. They don't care if you're a pastor. They're not looking at your title. Some of these people, they just want to hear what you have to say, whether you're a bishop, pastor, or not. And what I've learned was a lot of them didn't like the pandemic, because it required them to come out of the pulpit and deal with people one-on-one. They like the stage. They like being the center of attention. They like getting out the pulpit and just going in their Rolls Royce or their BMW or their Hummer and not having to deal with the humanistic side, because they got people that deal with that. Okay, you want to meet and talk to my assistant. My assistant handles all of that. So with the pandemic, it was like one day Brian Karn came in the room. Him and Bishop Senegal had a room.
I remember that. I was just about to bring
Was you
that
in
up.
that room?
Yes.
They're talking about, I don't like how this is going, and saints, we need an usher in here, sir. This is Clubhouse. This is the digital space, and
They were
felt
not
like he
ready.
didn't like it because he couldn't really control the atmosphere.
Yep.
And so that's where a lot of ministers, in my opinion, why they don't they're not used to the digital space. And what they do is, instead of them getting help, they try to run their social media like a church.
Yeah.
Meaning they try to run it like they run the brick and mortar. And it's a totally different interface, because we have algorithms. Now we have AI. We have people that are all over. It's the World Wide Web. Today, I saw somebody on the blog asking questions about Bishop Wooten. Somebody needs to talk to him. You know why? Everybody in the comment section said, I don't go to church, but shouldn't he be preaching the word of God? Why is he always preaching about trending topics? When is he going to get to the word? And why is he always in the blogs? When is he going to preach a real sermon? And one lady said, I wish he would just preach the word of God. That's what I want to hear. And she said, I don't even go to church.
And the crazy part about it is the man can preach.
And this is what I have a question about. I noticed lately preachers are bringing trending topics into their sermon. But guess what? These preachers and some of these organizations have topics which are already in their organization that are not trending that they need to talk about. Like, for instance, why did they spend 4 weeks talking about a lady's dress?
Right.
4 weeks. It makes no sense.
Preachers was doing this before. Their sermon for weeks was about the dress.
Yes.
It made no sense.
How many souls did you get saved in them 4 weeks talking about that? Or how many did you lose? That's the bigger question. How many did you lose talking about stuff like that? Because it turned a lot of people off.
People just, simply put, people just want Jesus.
They just, that's it. That's it. And when I tell you, it grieved, even my own brother, he went under, I think it was Neighborhood Talk or whoever, one of the blogs that posted Bishop Wooten's commentary about the dress. I saw my brother in the comments and he was like, I thought people, I love my brother. He was like, I thought the preachers are supposed to show love, and shouldn't people come as they are? And what about the heart? And I was so proud of my brother because he's not into the church, but he loves God. So he's confused at why Bishop Wooten said that about Dr. Carey. And so that's one of the back and forth with people in the comments, and he was like, no, he's still talking about this. This is wrong. People want to hear the word.
Right.
And that's what my brother said. My brother said, I want to hear the word. Not about her dress and all this. What was the other thing that ticked me off? Church girls. When he did that, the rhetoric about church girls.
What'd he say?
Oh, he went.
The Beyonce song, Church Girls. This was what?
Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember that.
But
And
what
then
is
that's
he?
another thing. I'm sorry.
Ugh,
Some of these pastors want to go viral, and I
They
think
do.
that's
They do.
why they
They
talk
do.
crazy.
yes.
And I
Yes.
and I think that now that I'm in the space as well, I'm definitely not giving you any shine.
That's
They
what they
want to go
want.
viral. They want to go viral. They want attention. But this is the crazy part about it. Because again, I experienced this on Clubhouse. I think when I was on Clubhouse, I got to really talk to some of these pastors.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I actually got they removed me from the stage. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because
Why am I not surprised?
What? Say
two of
it
them
ain't so.
Who
two famous
call
pastors,
names?
right? Two famous pastors was up there talking about they think it's all right for which okay, whoever wants to get married multiple times, God bless you. If it don't work out, Aaliyah said, if you don't succeed, dust yourself off
And
and
try
try again.
again.
And try
But this is
again.
the thing. I said to the two famous pastors, if you have to keep getting married over and over again, something is not, it's not the woman's problem. You have a problem.
They removed. Who did it? Who
And then guess
removed you?
what? One of them said to me, I have a famous pastor friend that lives out in Colorado. He's on his sixth marriage. So basically, they were saying that they know quote unquote bishops who are on their third and fourth marriage. I said something
Yeah.
is wrong with that picture. And guess what? In the middle of me talking, all I know I was shut off and down
Dropped.
Wow.
in
Because they
the
don't want that's
audience.
again. You turn
Okay,
that mirror
Marsha, who
around.
was it? You're not gonna say the name.
it's if Sean wants me to, but I don't
I
want to. Yeah, so one of them, what is his name? Luther McKinstry. He's one, and then the
Oh,
other one
that's
is
my little friend,
when the right one comes. He has a
Bishop
podcast.
Davis.
Yeah, Bishop Day. It was
Oh
Greg
yeah,
Davis'
they are
room.
hilarious.
Greg
Yeah,
did. He pressed the
yeah,
button, and you know
that
he
sound
said
about right.
he pressed the button. He said we heard enough of her, and I was down in the audience.
get her
That's
out of
He
here.
hilarious.
put me down in the
Yeah,
audience. Greg Davis. I was like, okay, Greg Davis. He was mad because I guess, whatever happened with his marriage. And then he was mad too because I was also talking about these old bishops that keep messing around with these young women in the church and they like sugar daddy. So I
yeah,
guess
he ain't like that.
he didn't
He
like
ain't like
nothing
that
of
at
what I
all.
was saying.
No,
So in the middle
no,
of me talking about bishops who, bishops, in the Bible it says a bishop is the husband of
of
one
one
wife,
wife.
not multiple wives. So I was just basically saying, sometimes we got to stop saying, okay, this woman didn't match my ministry and spiritualizing everything. Some of these people also need, just because they're leaders, they need to get help and to work out, number one, their own traumas, soul salvation. Everything is not always spiritual. That's all I wanted to say.
They don't be spiritual like that for real either.
Don't and don't.
They just be talking, but they don't be looking for no wife or spiritual. They not trying to look for spiritual compatibility. I could put money on that. I promise you that.
I
They
be
could
feeling
care
like
less.
okay, it could just be me. But if a pastor gets married and he gets divorced, if marriage is not for him, I don't think he should get married.
But the problem is they cannot be pastors and sleep around like that.
Yeah.
If we're not called to be a unit, you need to be married.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. See, this is what the problem is these days. There are too many bishops that are following OnlyFans models, right? And I
Facts.
see them. I see them.
You can see who they like.
You
You
can
can
see
see
who
who
they
they
like. And
follow.
I'm saying to myself,
Ooh.
Prophet, wasn't you just on your platform talking about you teaching these people how to get married and all of this stuff? So my thing is, I'm a person that believes in good moral character, right? So And this is why let me just say this. Once you get into leadership, there's a responsibility, not only to yourself, but the people that God has trusted you with.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you start moving shady by saying one thing, but then I see you over there liking all of the African models on Instagram that are halfway naked, it makes me question, why in the world are you trying to teach folks how to be a wife when you and on top of that you have a wife? So why are you over here on these Instagram models that are halfway naked and they don't talk about God at all? It's, to me, you live in, the Bible says, when you, even by you thinking about lust, you have already committed a sin, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is, some of their actions don't line up with even their social media presence, because then when you go to their page, they're talking about they're going to be at a conference, they're going to be doing this. So me and one of my subscribers who talks behind the scenes, we came to a conclusion. A lot of these new pastors do not want wholesome looking women. They do not
Bingo.
want that.
No.
They really want the women that they was
Yes.
liking
Yep.
those pictures. And another thing, they really don't want you to be too holy. I'm gonna just talk
No.
about that.
They don't.
No, I have heard them say that.
To be a little worldliness to you. They want you
Yes.
to exhibit certain things
Not a
behind
little,
closed
a
doors.
lot.
Oh, they want you to, yeah.
They don't really want you to be saved like that for real.
They don't want because see, they want to be able to do their dirt with somebody who's going to be the keeper of the secrets.
Period.
Yeah.
And that's
They don't
really
want you to be knowledgeable of the church.
And they don't want you to be too knowledgeable. They even, let's just talk about this. They want you to be 1 foot in the church and 1 foot in the world, but churchy enough with churchy knees, so that when things go on and you have to do your press conference or whatever, you have the image of godliness, but you don't have no power.
It's the image.
They want you to have the image. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. And so the thing about it is this: a lot of these pastors that are in the relationship space on social media, there's money involved with that.
Wow.
So that's why they do it.
Yes. Okay.
I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know, right? And so in one breath, you may see them on a live or in Clubhouse, how they used to be, and they'll say, yes, they won't say all the way that they want a godly woman or anything like that, but they will be like, yes, I would love my woman to, be in the church or something. They'll say something that sounds appeasing to the chat.
Yes, yes.
But behind closed doors, they do not want no prayer warrior. They do not. That's why they go to the strip club. That's why they date strippers.
Yep.
They don't want a church girl.
They do not. They do not.
And a lot of reasons. Excuse me. I'm sorry. A lot of reasons why is because a lot of them say they know what church girls are about. I don't want that. And it's like, well, you at church too. So why you don't want a person from the church? But people have
they don't want a church girl because they don't want a woman that they know that they're not going to choose, and they know that the church girl will go back and tell the bishop or will run their name all throughout the church. They know that a church girl will tear their church apart if they're not chosen.
Yeah. That's it. You're right. They don't want to have to be accountable to anybody, not even their wife. So, and this is why a lot of marriages, in my opinion, from my observation, men who got married when they were younger, like Greg Davis, when they got into the fame of the preacher life, right? All of a sudden, the wife that rode was the ride or die. they're no longer good. They say, oh,
No.
when she's no longer the one for me.
Yeah.
You know, he was coming
Mhm.
up, and then all of a sudden, when you become a famous preacher,
Yes.
oh, it's time for a divorce.
A
But
lot of these.
why
I'm sorry.
now? Why you can't stay with this woman? And
No.
then when they get up in their age or whatever, they up there chasing 19-year-old,
Yes.
20-year-old women. Sir,
Yes.
what are you doing? Now, I'm
They
not saying you
because
can't be with a younger woman, but in my opinion, if you are 60, what in the world are you doing? And I told him this on his Instagram. What are you doing messing around with this 21-year-old girl,
they
19-year-old girl,
they want them young and pliable. They
and
don't want you
dumb,
to tell me
and
you
not
can't tell me nothing.
and not
Exactly.
so yeah.
They want the newest model with not too many miles on it. I've heard them
Mm-hmm.
say this with my own ears.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is a fact. And a lot of successful preachers do not want to be married. And if they are already married, they do not want to be tied down to their marriage. That's why they function outside of it.
But do y'all think that's the church's fault for forcing preachers to get married?
No,
No,
it's an
this is about
individual.
men with money.
Yeah,
Men with
these
money
men,
move
yeah.
different.
That's why I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm not trying to say it like this, but I don't wanna marry if and I'm gonna be honest, if a famous preacher or any preacher, I told God I'm not into them because I have seen how they operate, and this is what I told God. What is the point if he's acting worse than the men in the world? Lord, I'd rather deal with a good man that I'm praying for really a man that's a businessman, but
Mhm.
who loves the Lord. Because here you are a preacher, but you acting worse than the men that I was with in the world.
Yeah.
I don't see there's no difference. You actually doing more dirt.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing more dirt. And if anybody's a musician in this chat, I'm not talking to you, but the musicians got something going on.
Wait,
But
Okay.
hold
here's the
on.
I had
thing,
one and that was it.
right?
Okay.
But
This
the
man
thing
could
of it,
sing the third heavens down.
mhm.
But
He had
outside of that
groupies
anointing, it was like I need to write a book about it. Never again.
because
It's
the
The
problem
anointing of
is,
music was heavy on his life. It was like, my God, the worship, the voice, the anointing, the power of God. But outside of that, this man was the biggest marijuana smoker I ever met in my life. Nobody in the church knew about this secret life. And I said, no, this is not for me because So
mm-hmm.
some of it is a facade because they want to be who they are. But then the church puts so much pressure on you. Then I was like, no, God, I could just do it. Smoking all this weed. I could have stayed with somebody else to smoke weed. This is dumb. And
Yeah.
you
but the
got
thing
to
about
fear
it
the
is that
Lord? No, goodbye.
they are men first.
Yes.
Who
That's
so happen to be in the morality business.
Yes.
I
And
say
that's
that
it.
all the
That's it.
time.
That's it.
Because
We
most men with money have power, and it comes with too many options.
Too
And
many
that's what
options.
the problem is.
And it attracts. See, women like men who are in positions
Mhm.
of leadership. And then the
yes, they
higher they
do.
go in leadership, the more access to not just the women in the church,
Mhm.
but women who are outside the church, just like entertainers. Once a person
Mm-hmm.
becomes famous, they have access to women, men, whoever, more than ever before.
Mhm.
And so, whatever the preference is, you're going to have more of it
Mhm.
because you are attached to money, power,
That
influence,
power. Yeah.
notoriety.
But the
And
thing about it is
that's
that
it.
a lot of these women, so like the strippers that we were saying, a lot of the women that these men, specifically pastors, want, don't usually want them like that. It's normally the church women that want them. So they want to go after women that don't want them like that.
That is true. That is true. They basically admire some of these women who are not in the church. And
Yeah.
what they do a lot of times, they date them and you don't see them. They don't post anything. They keep it, it's their private life, right? Because they don't want the church to know that they're dating this woman who's not even affiliated with this ministry. This woman is not even talking none of her social media is talking about God. As a matter of fact, she don't even go to church. But they're attracted because, and this is something that I have come to the conclusion about, they want sometimes an escape from ministry.
Yes.
They do.
Yes.
They do. They do.
So you marry somebody like me, and at 3:00 in the morning, I get up out my bed and I get my oil. I start praying through the house, and I may anoint you with oil in your sleep.
Right.
I'm anointing all the kids. I go in the living room. I'm gonna lay prostrate for 2 hours, and then I'm gonna get back into bed because I feel like the Lord want me to pray at 3:00 in the morning. This man is like, I done preached all day, and I got to come home and deal with this lady. She preaching up, and she's praying and prophesying, speaking in tongues. So I think sometimes maybe I could understand it, because I even just said, for me, I don't want to marry a preacher. So if I marry somebody who's a businessman, I feel like that's going to level it out, because let him go do business and I'll be here praying the house down or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
But here's the part with me, though. You do need a relationship with God, and a for real one, and a prayer life.
Yes. Yes.
And I know truth is not all men of God are like that.
They're not. They're not.
There are a few that really love God, that really serve God's people, and that really walks this thing out in their personal life.
Yes.
And that's what I want.
Yes.
So if I have to wait on that, he don't have to be no preacher. Let's be clear.
That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
you don't
what
have
we
to be up
need.
there preaching.
And if I have to wait on that, right, then so be it. Because I know it's out there. So I know I'm clowning and I'm talking, and most of what I'm saying is true. But at the end of the day, I know there are some men that really walk with God, that really have a relationship for real, and they're practical with their life. They're able to do business in the marketplace, like you said, Tarsha, and they're also able to have a strong relationship with God.
That's
what I want.
But you know what? It's more out there than not. But the thing is, it's the ones, all of the catty in the background, that makes people, oh, well, preachers are just, and it's not all preachers.
Absolutely.
It's not. There are preachers out here that live what they say. Now, nobody is perfect. But
there are some that are striving.
Yeah. And that, listen,
they are few.
Striving. Hey,
they are few, but
it's and you know what? It's not an easy. It's really I'll say this. The average person, right, who is walking with God, they struggle with things daily, right? Imagine being a leader where people are looking up to you. Some of these preachers cannot even really be their true, authentic self. Because the church has placed so much pressure on them to be the holiest of holies and all of these different tenets that they should live by. And then some of them have been their identity is so indoctrinated with the identity of church. They never develop their own identity. I knew a young lady who was an evangelist who struggled about her tattoo. And I had to tell her, girl, leave the tattoo alone.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to go to hell for having a tattoo. First of all, you
Right.
had it before you got saved, and I'm quite sure because we used to go out to the nursing homes and the women's shelter to do ministry. And you know, when it gets summertime, we wear short sleeve shirts. And she's up there, I don't want them to see my tattoo. And I said, first of all, I'm glad you have it because you're relating to people.
Exactly.
Everybody looks different. You got the tattoo. God is not judging you about a tattoo. And she started crying because she said the reason she used to always cover up because she was afraid to show the tattoo because she didn't want nobody in the church to judge her about having a tattoo. And then I had to tell off her older sister for trying to ridicule her for wearing a tattoo. And I told the lady, you need to mind your business and worry about
Mm-hmm.
what's going on in the trustee room because you are
That
not
part.
minding
Come
this
on,
girl's
Tarsha.
business about a tattoo
Come on.
when its tattoo has nothing to do with her assignment that God has given her.
That's right.
So after that day, she got set free of feeling ashamed about her tattoo. When we showed up the following Saturday at the nursing home, she had a short sleeve shirt on, her tattoo was out, and she was free. So we got to
Yeah.
stop. People cannot be
That's right.
themselves because the church have put so much pressure on. Even look, the dress situation, how people are supposed to look, how people are supposed to dress, how people are supposed to be. Why we just can't be ourselves in the mighty name of Jesus?
Come
Mm-hmm.
on, Tarsha.
Why?
Because here's the thing: if they want to talk about the dress, realistically, you got on a mixed cotton T-shirt. You shouldn't be talking about nothing that she got on anyway. Because what if y'all want to keep saying the scripture, the scripture, the scripture? But what did the scripture say about that?
Miss Dior, I love a tattoo. I ain't even finna hold you up. Hello, and I have more. I love tattoos. I really
I'm gonna
do.
get this one finished. I can't wait till it warm up so I can get.
Angie said can't be saved with tattoos. Bye. Listen, I'm
Well,
I'm I'm trying to chill. I'm trying to keep it cute and not get any more. But if I could have my way, I would have me a sleeve. But
and see the sleep, but see, and then there's a difference. I have a sleeve, but I don't have skull heads
no.
and stuff like that. Like it's music. It's actually
Hmm.
crosses and everything to do with music. So you can't people just I think some people just like to say stuff. It's like they want to beat you up with something. So they just pick and choose what things you are not supposed to and what you should do when in actuality the Bible, well, Jesus clearly said he looks at your heart. So what are we really saying?
What I really love, and I think in this day and time, there are going to be more evangelists and more preachers and more very highly anointed ministers of the gospel that are going to be tatted up. They're not going to
They are
look
now.
like the average person. They are now. You're absolutely right. We're going to see a lot more of them. They're not going to have a suit and tie on. They're going to have a jogging suit on, but the power of God and the anointing of
Yes.
God is going to be on
Yes.
their life like never before, tatted up and all. And
Mhm.
I'm excited about that.
Reverend
I'm
Josh,
excited
now you
too.
just got some members back. Now
Where he at? What he say?
you
Courtney
going
Holy.
it's just what people say. You know,
Yes.
people and when they speak, excuse me, so loudly they feel like what they're saying is right because they being so mean about it and so no.
Dogmatic.
Mhm.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no. That's
Yeah.
like how you talking about me with a tattoo and half your beard is red. I'm just trying to understand. How, is that not worldly?
Yeah. And that's the part that has always bothered me.
I'm sorry.
It bothers me because I think what I'm trying to say is my issue was always the judging. and being
Yeah.
judgmental, right? And it never really sat well with me of how people judge other people in the church, and um putting their beliefs on somebody else. Okay, we all here, we all learning the word, but why are you trying to mold somebody into how you think they should be when the Bible says
That's it.
that God has made us in his image and likeness already? So each one of us, whether anybody wants to understand this or not, the way we are is how God created us to be in his image. And guess what? We was no two people were supposed to be the same. And that's
Nope.
how we were created in his image. And we are his glory. And this is why, in my opinion, the church needs to be deconstructed and there needs to be a revival.
Absolutely.
But you know what
Absolutely.
though? I'm a little old school about this though. I don't think men should have pierced ears. I'm not opposed. I'm sure I've dated some with pierced ears, all that, but I'm just saying.
I
Only
don't
time
care.
I
I
have a
don't care.
problem is when
I'm
they
a little
have
old
the
school.
big, like if you got a stud, you might have a small hoop or something like that, then okay. But when you
Yeah.
go like too far, like the diamond is pulling your earlobe down or stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that, then it's not for everybody. But
No. And
then I
yeah.
mean, it's not. I don't really like the slim suits. But hey,
The what
Me
suit?
either.
the slim
Slim
suits.
suits.
Oh yeah, the slim suits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, me either.
Yeah.
But that's just my little, and I'm not staunch on it, but I am like, if you don't have a piercing,
No,
great.
I don't. If you have a piercing and it looks classy, it's fine with me. But do not come to me and you got your tongue pierced. You got no, like all of that kind of stuff. I
Now
can't.
you got four
I can't.
earrings in one ear, and then you got one at the top, and then okay, now we going too far.
Mhm. Right.
It's Sean said, Courtney, I'm with you. No man should have
I'm just
that
a little old
earpiece.
school with that.
I mean,
And there are some men that don't like women with tattoos. And I get it. I understand. I heard Kim Kardashian say one time, she was like, you wouldn't mark up a Bentley. And so I get it. But I look at tattoos as art. But I get it.
yeah. I
I totally
definitely
get
agree
it.
with that. I definitely agree with that. Let me look at these likes. What are likes looking like?
Uh-oh.
We need like 6 more likes. If we get 6 more likes, and I don't know if we hit our goal or not because it went away, but um the super chat still work. And the Cash App is pinned above. I wanted to do this. I saw this today and I thought it was interesting. Because a lot of times we just go through life and we don't talk about what's inside of us, and we don't express ourselves because we kind of been taught to hold stuff in. But I saw this question, and when I looked at the comments, I said, you know what? I think I'm gonna ask this question too, because sometimes we just think everything is roses and flowers, and it's not. So, what irritated y'all this week?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Courtney must got one. Cause
Woo! Help me, Holy Ghost. I can't be a part of this
Courtney
because,
got one.
baby.
Courtney, we're already ready.
Woo!
Okay, give us your good one, because you got a list.
That thing triggered me up real quick. I don't even. I don't even know
That's
if
why
I can
when
go
I thought
into
about
it.
it, when I seen it, I said, you know what?
Mm-mm. Sure, you got to find something else to talk about because I cannot. Because, baby,
Come on. You come on, you got to give me one.
Ooh. Sean,
You say it's too many.
Sean, now I mean, it's three things that has happened this week that are sticking out so far in my head, but I can't I can't publicly talk about it because
Okay. Okay. See?
one is dealing with
Mm-hmm.
work and one is dealing with church. I cannot. But just
See?
know that the irritation was gonna drive me to get some comfort.
See? Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Desiree said ice irritated and angered me this week out here deleting people just
that's a good one.
because my
That's a
guy
good
from
one.
Zion. Absolutely.
That's a good one.
Absolutely. Let's
Oof.
see. Nicole said, child, folk complaining about the weather and how people have
Yes,
been
that's a good one, Nicole.
all week.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Let's see. Brian freaking Karn jumping on chairs.
That's a good one, Erica.
That's a okay.
That's a
Okay.
very good
Okay.
one.
Let's see.
Oh,
What irritated?
I just kind of got over my irritation a little bit, and I'm still. Whew,
Oh, I done brought it back.
I
Uh-oh.
wish I could. I wish I could talk about it, but that. Ooh, we. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this much.
Okay.
Micromanagement
That's a good one. That's
is a
a good
problem
one.
for me.
Ooh.
Yes.
I can't stand that.
I can't. I just had to tell somebody off about that.
I
Okay,
cannot
I
stand
thought I was
that.
the only one.
No, it happens a lot in corporate America, especially
Yes.
among. I'll talk about me. White women love to try to, but it's also what is it called?
It's
Passive
black women
aggressive,
too.
passive aggressive bullying. Now I've experienced it I've experienced it in various ways, right? But what I'll say is it's a big problem because it's never addressed. And if you don't
Mm-hmm.
speak up for yourself, it can turn into a larger problem.
Yes.
Absolutely. Sean says when your manager trying to tell you how to do your job and they can't do theirs. Ugh.
Sean. When I tell you, my family wanted me to call my boss and tell them my family said I can't go. I'm 51.
But the ice is one, like, people are really concerned with the, that's all I'm concerned about is
I'm
the
concerned
the ice. Yeah, that's the ice is
because
worse
at
than
this
snow.
point, that could happen to any one of us at any given time.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if y'all remember Bishop Jordan in his book, Written Judgments. Get your copy today. No, but I don't know if they still selling it or not. But in Written Judgments, he talked about how, and Tarsha, you can help me with this one, how it would be like martial law, and you would have to, it would get to a point to where you would have to have some type of clearance to be able to go from state to state.
Yeah, you would need a passport.
He told us to get a passport.
Yeah, it would be in the written judgments, it would be like when martial law comes, you wouldn't just be able to go from state to state. You would actually need a passport to go from state to state. So that was in the written judgments. And I think also it was stated that martial law would be instituted in a way that like we wouldn't be able to control it. It would just start to happen.
And when I tell you, we're there.
Yeah.
But the fact that ICE can just unalive us with no regard.
I don't like the fact that they out here with these masks on.
Why are they wearing masks? Is it because so people can't see who they are to retaliate against them?
Right.
That's all I
Exactly.
can think of. Because if they have the mask on, then they can't say, "Oh, well, such and such and such and such did it." I think the masks are to cover the faces of them so that when they do whatever, you don't know who it was.
Mm-hmm.
That because what are you wearing masks for? What are
Because
you?
because some of those people that are ICE are also immigrants.
Hmm. How is that so?
If
Okay.
you are a let me tell you how I know this is because I can't remember where I saw this. But it was like a little short documentary about the cameras were there at the cattle call for all of these ICE people because remember they were recruiting huge, especially in Fort Worth, Texas, for ICE workers. And so the camera was going through the line and they were interviewing different people, and a lot of these people were immigrants. Now they may be citizens or they may have some type of visa that will allow them to work here. But yes, they were in the
What?
line because they're offering you top pay with benefits. And especially if you have any student loans, your things are being paid off.
So okay.
Hmm.
So
Correct me in
you
the chat if
have
I'm wrong.
immigrants
Hmm.
chasing immigrants.
Yes. But the truth is they know, hey, they know where to go.
That's
I'm
yeah.
not trying to be insensitive, but
Yeah, they know where their own people are.
they
So
did
they
they
gonna
did a
take
full
them.
they did
Mhm.
a full whosoever will let them come cattle call for the ICE agents so that they can have plenty to work because at first they were using the border patrol. They didn't have enough of them, so they upped the ante, made the cost worth it. You have a lot of people that are out of work. If you're a man, what you gonna do if you have to feed your family? And it wasn't
That's
hard to get the job.
crazy. That's so you basically selling out your own people.
Yes,
That's sad. Donetta said nobody is safe. Nobody is protected from ICE.
nobody.
Nobody.
I know someone who has been picked up.
Did you
Wow.
did you see the what was it
They
yesterday?
called me from the detention center.
Really? Oh my
What?
Yes, it's
wow.
real.
See,
It's getting ridiculous. It's
that's like
really
yesterday they showed they grabbed a man's 5-year-old son
what?
and
Yes.
held him until the five. Yeah.
I
Mm-mm.
cannot watch the news because of this.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous.
The nurse who was murdered yesterday was beyond irreprehensible.
Yeah, and his family came out and was like, "Y'all, please help us stop these lies that they're coming forth with." I watched it. That guy was in the middle of the street walking. Ice pushed the lady down. He went over there to try to get them off of her, and they jumped on him. And next thing you know, there were shots. You heard them, and then people started running.
There was a prophet that I heard he came on last night, and I don't know him, but I heard of him, and I heard that people were saying uh his words come to pass. He's pretty legit, but he
Hmm.
said that pretty much we are in a wartime because people are going to raise up and come against what's going on.
They are going to raise up, but I'm gonna tell you why they're gonna raise up. More Caucasian people are going to be murdered by ICE who are American citizens. And that's where the uprising may come from, because so far there are two people who have been murdered, Renee Good and the nurse that was murdered yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're American citizens.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, why is ICE being so aggressive to, number one, they shouldn't be aggressive with anybody.
Nobody.
But you're capturing and being overly aggressive to human beings who are going about their day. And they don't show any compassion. The government is covering for them because
Mm-hmm.
they are trying to create narratives about both of these people,
Mm-hmm.
Renee Good and the nurse. When you see the videos, you can blatantly see that
Yeah.
both of these people were basically executed in the street.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have this nurse who looks like he was a great citizen. He cared about humanity. He was a nurse. So, in my opinion, the uprising may come from the constant killings of innocent people
Yes.
by ICE, who are not, number one, they don't have any grounds or cause to for what they're doing. These people, let's just say this, these ICE workers are not trained
No.
law
No.
enforcement agent. If you go
No.
look at an ICE job posted for ICE, anybody could be an ICE agent. There's no special
That's what I just said.
training.
Mm-hmm.
You can come off
Mm-hmm.
the street and apply. They're gonna call you back.
Yes.
They said a few of the ICE workers got arrest records and everything.
Yeah. I told you they was doing a whosoever will let them come call, and some of
Yeah.
them, even some of them are immigrants. I said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do not care.
They
But
do
to
not
Erica,
care.
no, it wasn't Joshua Giles. He probably did say something along those lines. This gentleman is from New York. He's a young guy. I knew if I said his name, you would know him, but his name start with a G. I'm kind of familiar with him, but I'm not really familiar with him. But Tarsha, I know just because he's in New York. I'm
Was it
so
this one?
know who he is. I think his last name is Solomon. Is it not Gabriel? I heard he was very legit, but I can't remember his name. Mm-hmm.
They can have prior charges. They don't care. Well, listen, look at who's in office. So I guess those things don't matter anymore.
They just needed the bodies because when they first started out with just the border patrol, they did not have enough people.
Nope.
They needed way more people for how they're trying to do it now. They going from house to house to house to house. They needed way more people to do that.
And why are you just going to now? If you pull somebody over and it's something, hey, by all means. But
They
you
going to
just
school.
literally just running up to whomever.
That's
And
the
it's
scary
not
part.
us, the ones that they're shooting tear gas and all of that stuff at these protesters. It's not us.
No, they came for us. Remember when they went to that building in Chicago?
Yeah, but I'm
They
saying
call
the
it the
ones
projects.
in
I don't know.
Minnesota.
Huh?
I'm saying in the ones that are out now in Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
Those
Okay.
are mainly our lighter skinned cousins. But why does it get to it gets to this point? Because they've been out there for days. They didn't put up all kind of barricades. They've done all kind of things.
Are there
Now that
black people out there? We
I'm
at
a
the house.
choo.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about Don Lemon being persecuted for doing news reporting inside the church? Do you think that he was right for being there as a reporter, or he should have not gone inside with the protesters to get the footage of the protest inside the church?
Stay out them people church. I love Don down. Stay out of them people church though. He could have interviewed the people outside.
Yeah.
Get these protests out of the church. The church is still a sanctuary where people go to worship. Do your thing outside.
Yeah, they're
Protest
going
outside. I
in.
don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Osama bin Laden. Go outside. Let them people worship.
The only thing that I'm going to say about that is I feel like sometimes when it comes to protesting, there's selective outrage.
Yes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Because he's not the first person to video record or be a news reporter inside of a church during I would say a political uprising.
Who else?
Right. So I think that when we are going into certain realms, especially as reporters, when you deal with politics, you will become a target based on whatever political stance and the cause that you are standing up for. Right?
Mhm.
Because during the civil rights era, the church was a place where the civil rights movement was heavily the church was used to push the agenda of the civil rights movement, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the protesters during the civil rights era came from the church. Number one, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., right? And so, with that being said, we also have to look at, would this have been a problem if it was another cause? Right. And so with politics basically means that whatever political agenda is being enforced at that time, that is the agenda that's going to rise up against your cause. So right now, the Trump administration wants to push the ICE agenda.
Mhm.
And so Don Lemon, even if whether he was right or wrong, he was going to be wrong anyway in the eyes of this administration, because
Absolutely.
they want to push the ICE agenda.
Right.
And so for those of us who are people who are from the church, we all know it is a holy and sanctified place. However, throughout history, we also cannot get away from the fact that even us as African American people, from the time our people came over here during the transatlantic slave trade,
Mhm.
the church was always a place where we gathered to
Mhm.
discuss, because it was our only safe place where
Yes.
the
Yeah.
oppressor wouldn't come in to
Mhm.
further
Yeah.
oppress us, right?
That's right.
And so from that standpoint, my position was, as a news reporter, I didn't feel like he was wrong. I'm talking for me as a news
Mhm.
reporter, because news reporters have been invited in sanctuaries for decades, right? So I just think that the time that we are in politically,
Mhm.
um, I'm just happy that he's not going to, from what I read, I think I just read he will not be prosecuted.
Mhm.
But there has to be something done about ICE. And I hope that the protesters, after that situation, though, they will move with more wisdom so that they will not have
Right.
negative outcomes.
Well, the difference here, and I know you referenced to the civil rights movement being birthed in the church. The difference is that was our meeting place. We weren't protesting in the church. We were meeting in the church. They needed King and them needed to get people active and involved in the movement, and so that's where the church came in at. They weren't protesting in the church, so I think it's two different things here.
Yeah, it's well, see, I think one thing is the news say one thing and then something else actually happened.
Okay.
That's where I think a lot of the people are getting different opinions about it, is because they're saying, okay, Don Lemon charged in the church, they rolled up in there, they
Yeah.
did this, they did that. When one, he was not the leader, he was just a journalist that was asked by these people to meet them there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the part that I think people are kind of upset about, because if you just listen to what they're saying, they charged in the church, they disrupted this, they went in, they did. But when in actuality, did they go in? Yes. Was church service over? Yes. Like they had one crowd of
Oh, the
people
church
on the
service was
other.
over?
Mhm.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
See,
this was, it
I
wasn't
thought
during
church service was
service.
going on, and I'm like, are
No,
y'all
no.
kidding me?
No,
Okay.
that's why I was saying it's a difference, because they went
Oh,
in, they were still in church, but
uh-huh.
they went in after the service and was, the
I
the
still
group
don't
was
agree though.
chanting whatever they were chanting,
Yeah.
but
Mm-mm.
by the time they showed it, it was like, oh, they stormed the church. That's why I was saying it's a difference between what Don Lemon did and what, as Cruiser says, the unidentified white man did at Newburgh.
Mhm.
He was actually in there during
During the service.
service.
Yeah.
You could
Right.
hear them exalting, and people were going
Yeah.
into service. At this point, when Don Lemon went, I believe the people were coming out of church, and then you
Okay.
know how we are after church, we still
Just sitting around talking.
congregate around, and that's what they were doing.
I
So it
still don't
wasn't
come
that
into
they
church.
stormed in during the service. Now then I would have been like, okay, now we're not gonna do wrong for wrong, like we're
Mhm.
not gonna do that. But the
Mhm.
fact that they went into the establishment, yeah. But
Breezy
like she
Brown
say, they was
foolish.
just chilling and eating snacks, and they
And
walked
snacks
in.
and
So
Starbucks.
Mhm.
they did at least wait until service was
No, what we
over.
going in for? The people got to come out. You know that, right? Why we
Yeah,
can't
but
just?
you know
Because
how we
even the
get.
white guy that went over to Newburgh, I was saying, take it outside, protest outside all day long. Don't
Mm-hmm.
come. We have to respect the house of faith,
Yeah, yeah.
even if we don't agree. We don't agree with that man, that whoever
The
church.
unidentified white man, yeah.
Yeah, we don't agree with none of that.
Mm-hmm.
But
The
let's respect the
the
house.
the lady, I don't know if you've all seen her, I don't know her name, who's the leader of the movement. She
Mm-hmm.
was out there quoting her scripture, and she says she's a minister. She was like, Jesus flipped over the tables, and he went inside the
Yeah.
temple, and he said that y'all turning my house into a den of thieves and all of that. So
Yeah.
she has done her little rounds, and she said they are just beginning. So they're out there
They busting in
protesting.
people's churches.
Oh, she
Well,
said they're not
it's a
finished.
movement. She didn't say they're going back to anybody's church, but
Oh,
they're not going to stop with their protest.
do
So
your thing.
yeah.
Well, see, but the
But stay out of these
what
people's
this taught,
church.
I'm gonna say what this taught Don Lemon is, before you go with the peoples, you gonna need to do some background checks and see, okay, are y'all peaceful protesters? Are y'all just about this? Are y'all about to storm into this place? Like you
but
have
as
to
a
find out.
journalist, even if they weren't peaceful, okay, be there. We need to see all angles of all of this stuff. That's fine. That's not an issue.
Just don't
But
go
stay
into
out
people's
these people's
place.
church.
But guess what? There's also a flip side to this, right?
Okay.
Because they were mad at Don Lemon. I'm talking about mainstream media right now, because now he has his own platform and he's
That's what.
able. So they were mad at him, but guess what? They were showing his footage of what was going on
Mm-hmm.
inside the church. Because guess what? He was the only reporter
Thank
that
you.
was invited to the table to help these protesters. So on one hand, Don Lemon shouldn't have went in there, but at the same time, y'all are using his footage on CNN, Fox, all of the major network.
The ones that don't like them.
The ones that don't.
They had to pay them too.
Yeah, and
That
so
part.
this is why I say, in my family, we call it you talking with double tongue.
Okay.
You mad at him because he went in there, but at the same time, you're showcasing his footage on mainstream TV, and now more people got to see exactly what happened inside the church. Because if he wasn't there, the protesters, well, they would have had cell phone footage or whatever, but they wanted him there as the on-site reporter. And guess what? His footage is now have millions of views by these mainstream media platforms in America and overseas.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Young man, get paid. Okay,
Listen, because if it wasn't for Don, we wouldn't
stay
have
out of people's church.
Don Courtney said, Evangelist Courtney said, stay out of them people's churches.
And that, that Caucasian man, this is what I didn't like. We're getting back to the dress. The dress situation, in my opinion, brought a lot of people out that already didn't like, what's his name? What, yeah. Bishop, Jamal Bryant, right?
Oh, yes.
And so, in my opinion, those are two separate, like what Sean just said, because he was a Lone Ranger, and at the end of the day, he went into, this is for me, you went into a black church doing this. Would you have gone to a white church doing this?
No.
Because there's one down the street. He passed it to get there.
Yeah. Right. And so this is the thing. On the online space too is fueling a lot of things.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that the online platform and online social media is the reason for that happening, but he didn't just come up with that out of nowhere. He was calling Dr. Carey all kind of names, and that was totally unnecessary. And it was all coming from, in my opinion, because she was spoken about online about that dress.
It was all personal to me. That God, like I said, God didn't tell you to do that. That was personal. But
let Josh tell it if he's still here.
Huh?
I said, let Josh tell it. He said, well, what if God used it? No.
He didn't. Pastor Josh, you're going to lose 3 members. He didn't. You're going to get that one. But the thing about it is, if they felt like because the pastor was a part of ICE or whatever, get a picture of the man. Catch him outside. And say, hey.
Call and get a statement.
Yeah, but you don't even know who it is, so you're going to go and bother everybody. If you were there for that pastor, y'all should have had, if you had that information about him, you could have had a picture of him, and y'all all could have had a picture and say, okay, when we see this guy, then we gonna talk to him. Because here's the thing, y'all ended up getting arrested, not the person y'all was going for.
And I ain't mad at Don, for the record. I ain't mad at you, because we needed that footage. We need to see what was going on. We need the mess. We need all of that. We need you to be in the trenches.
Stay out
in people's
churches. Would you? I also interviewed an ATTY today who provided that information.
That was a good interview today. Speaking from the Purple Cow, she has a lot of. For those of you who don't know, she has a wonderful platform that she discusses politics and government.
Okay.
So I don't know if Sean, you ever want to invite her on this platform as well.
Yes, put your information in the chat, and we will definitely follow you, and we would definitely love to have you on. And that's the thing. I want to have different women on, so because again, we have so much to say from our point of view. And as long as we just stay in the chats or stay in our small circles and just keep talking to our good girlfriends on the phone, nothing can ever be heard that we're actually saying, because we're not saying it out loud.
Yes. And I think that it's good to see women getting along. Like Courtney just mentioned earlier before I had to step away about micromanaging. And from my experience, women in the workspace can sometimes be difficult to work with because there's always that hidden competition,
Yes.
jealousy,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the cattiness. And so when you have spaces like this and women can come together to share ideas, we have a level of maturity, whereas maybe we may not agree on things, but we respect each other's opinion and
Exactly.
views in order to enlighten the audience and to also give voice to things that maybe you can't talk to your girlfriends about. Maybe you're the strong one in the friendship circle or in your family, whatever. And maybe
Mhm.
this can be like an outlet
Mm-hmm.
once a week or whatever, where you can talk about it in the chat, and maybe we'll bring it up here, or
Mhm.
Sean will have topics, and there'll be a circle of rotation of however this is going to go. I believe that God wants women to also get out of the vein of feeling like you're alone because of
Mhm.
how women have been and the interactions that some of us may have had. Sometimes it will make you want to close up and
Yes.
not
Mm-hmm.
even want to be bothered with other women. You know, in my life, I've always been the only black woman in my field of practice that I do in my career. And
Mhm.
so it has always been me not fighting for my identity, but sometimes the reason why I mentioned Caucasian women earlier, sometimes when you're in a space where they are and you're degreed up, you have maybe more degrees than them, more knowledge and more insight, it can cause them to micromanage you
Yep.
because they don't have any other power over you. So
Yeah.
what they want to do is they want to try to put you back down to where they think you belong.
Yes.
Because how dare this black woman come in here knowing more than me? And
Right.
so I wanted to just tell anybody who is being micromanaged that there's nothing wrong with you. Micromanaging, and I don't even know why I got back here, but praise God,
Mhm.
let me just get it out.
I
Um,
probably need to hear it. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Micromanaging comes from number one, it's not your fault. Let's just get that out. We're going to
Right.
get clear today. It's
Mhm.
not your fault. That's number one. Number two, a micromanager is operating through their own insecurities
Absolutely.
and their own jealousy, right? And we
Yeah.
don't
Mhm.
want to say it's jealousy, but we're going to put it all out here today. They see something in you. Oh, they're operating out of insecurity, fear, and jealousy. Insecure that you know more than them, afraid that because you know more than them, you're going to take their job, you're going to get recognized, and somebody's going to promote you over them. And number three,
Mm-hmm.
jealous of your entire existence for knowing more than them. And so, what we have to do as women who are in these type of spaces, you have to always, number one, pray every day before you start your work assignment.
Oh, I
Number
was gonna
two,
say
know.
cuss them out. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
Yeah, yeah.
Go
I'm
ahead,
talking to
Tarsha.
somebody. I've
I'm
already been
teasing.
to that, and God had to teach me this, so I'm
I know.
sharing it with
I'm
y'all.
listening.
And you have to also understand that because you're in your workplace, you're still on ministry assignment.
Yes.
You're in marketplace ministry. So you cannot
Yeah.
treat your job like a job. You're
Mhm.
actually on an assignment by God, placed in the marketplace. And sometimes these micromanagers are buffers of Satan to try to get an advantage over you to get you out of the job.
That's
And
Mm.
good.
so when you recognize that it's really spiritual, you stand up in your spiritual authority and you begin to take back power from the enemy. So what you will continue to do is number one, don't react to them. That's number one.
That's
Do not
good.
allow the micromanagers to get you out of character. And number three, if you know that they're trying to somehow get you out of your position, continue to create a paper trail. Do not allow yourself to go into a back and forth verbal dispute, because it's going to be their word against yours.
Mhm.
Communicate via email so that you have a paper trail of what's going on. And the main thing that you need to do every day is pray. And I guarantee you, because if I can give you a testimony of how God removed a micromanager to the point where I was the only one sitting in my area. Why? Because at first I used to let this lady get, girl, when I used to tell you, this lady used to get under my skin.
I heard the way she said girl.
Right.
Girl, when I tell you. But God had to show me what was going on. And when I started doing the steps that I have just told you, it was like in 3 months, this lady, she was gone.
Oh, that's
She went and
good.
got another job.
But
Because
Mm.
real
when I
quick,
tell you she was trying to antagonize me to the point of either wanting to quit or leave, God had to tell me, you are not going nowhere. I was looking for new position. I was like, I'm getting out of here. I can't take this. He said, no, 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 no. I put you here. And you're going to stay here until I give you a new assignment at another
Wow.
firm. And what God ended up doing, he switched everything around. He moved her out and moved me up. Glory be to
Mm.
God. So micromanagers,
Mm.
for those of you who are here, they are buffers of the enemy to try to get an advantage over you. But if you are a child of the Most High God, you got to take back authority and do not give them the energy and the power that they are looking for.
that's good. Let me ask you right quick, and I know we're running out of time. That was good. I received
That
all of
was,
that. Do you hear me? I needed that. I needed to
see,
hear that. But what about at church too?
Oh, so I went through that at church. But see, let me tell you what happened. See, when I was going through it at church, I was an ordained missionary, and I was getting it from an evangelist who was the bishop's secretary.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm being very transparent right now. This woman was so wicked to me. I used to go home from church on Sundays crying, okay? And I told God, God, what in the world is going on now? I think I told y'all I didn't really know about church culture and everything. I was in the club one week, and next week I was saved. So
Mm-hmm.
I was learning as I go about the church protocols, whatever. So this woman was riding me every minute, every moment. Nothing that I did was enough. But I'm going to tell you how God is a good God and worthy to be praised. Oh, yes.
Yes.
come on.
I had a dream, like Martin Luther King.
All
I
right.
kept saying, God, why does this lady keep bothering me? Why? Now, at this point, I didn't really understand the office of a prophet, right?
Mm.
So I kept having dreams. I kept having dreams. The first dream I had, a woman was a trustee. I saw her stealing money out the trustee room. The Holy Spirit said, I need you to go and tell the bishop about your dream. I told the bishop about my dream. A year later, the same lady was convicted on, she stole $1 million from the church. It was all over the news here in New York. Okay. That lady was the evangelist who was micromanaging me in the church. That was her good friend. She referred her to be the trustee in the bishop's office. Okay. Birds of a feather flock together. I had another dream. And the woman that was micromanaging me, the Lord told me, I don't want you going back and forth with her because, first of all, you in the sanctuary. She used to do things like openly embarrass me in front of other people. Back then, my name was Sister Tasha. Sister Tasha, go over there and pray for that sister over there. Go over and talk to me like I was a child. I'm like, wait a minute. What is going on here? This is the lady that, for those of you who may not know, she had an armor bearer that used to wash her underwear by hand. She had an armor bearer that used to wash her underwear by hand. Okay. I told her, I'm never going to be your armor bearer, and I'm never washing your underwear by hand. That is not, number one, I didn't sign up for that. So because she had a ministry within the church, that her ministry was traveling, and I used to go with them. I had a dream, and the Lord showed me in the dream that her and all her kids and her family members were stealing from the church. Okay, I went and told the bishop. Now, mind you, she's still harassing me, still micromanaging, embarrassing me during Women's Day, a whole bunch of crazy stuff. I told the bishop about the dream. He said, okay, Sister Tasha, I'm going to look into it, because the last time you had a dream, it got uncovered that somebody stole some money from the trustee room. Long story short, she ended up getting kicked out the church because it was found that her and her family members she was also stealing from the trustee room. Now, why do I bring all of that up? To say this: micromanagers sometimes are doing things that they shouldn't be doing, and they're pushing their insecurities off on you. And because I didn't really understand my gift or my calling or my assignment, she didn't like me because I saw right through her. But I didn't know that. I thought she was just attacking me. I thought it was a woman on woman situation. So when it's in the church, it's no different than in corporate America. It's a spiritual battle. And most of the time, these micromanagers are hiding something. They're insecure, they're jealous, and they're envious. Okay? And in that woman's case, this evangelist in the church, she got kicked out. Now, what I respect my bishop for, he didn't kick her and her whole family out without telling us. One Sunday after it all happened, he stood up in the pulpit. He apologized to everybody who even encountered her, because she was a part of the church at that time for 25 years. And there were so many people that left the church because, I left this part out. So many people left the church because of her. Because I wasn't the only one she was doing it to. She had a pattern of micromanaging, forcing people to do stuff that, okay, if she found out that you were, I don't know, a graphic designer, all of a sudden she wants you to do graphic design for her little ministry. You know, she will use you, abuse you, and then, talk about you over the pulpit as if the Lord gave her some type of revelation. But you know, the whole sermon is about you. And so what am I saying? What do we say to these things? If God be for you, who can be against you? So a micromanager in church is no different than the micromanager in your office. At some point, God is going to lift up a standard. And remember, I told you, I've been through it. And you are going to see, as long as you put your faith in God and you let God know, listen, God, look, this lady is riding me in church. I don't know what her problem is. Lord, expose it in Jesus' name. And once you start praying about it and you hold your peace and you let the Lord fight your battle, you are going to see some things that is going to knock your socks off. Because the reason why they're micromanaging you, they want a reaction so people could say, see, I knew Courtney wasn't, she be walking around here all holy and sanctified.
Yeah.
I just got her to cuss. Meanwhile, they sit in the corner laughing at you. I knew she wasn't so sanctified. She be coming up in here teaching these teenagers and telling these young women what to do. So it's like, didn't Paul say he had a thorn in his, felt like he had a thorn in his side? That's what a micromanager is. It's like they're like a thorn in your flesh, and they just keep digging and digging until you can't take no more. But once you realize what their strategy is, you just sit back and watch. You hold your peace and you let the Lord fight your battle. Do not let them, because I always say this, do not let them allow you to come off of that assignment in the high place. And this is even everybody in church is not on the same spiritual level. You don't come down from where you are to go back and forth with these chickens. You want to be a micromanager, God bless you. I'm going to keep doing what God has called me to do here in this ministry until either he move you out the way or move me up over you where I'll be telling you what to do next.
What the
My God.
That's it.
whoo?
Tarsha came with the heat as always.
There, there,
Thank
there
you.
go. There, that. Well, the doors of the church are open.
Right. Listen.
It's offering time. That's day. That's it
Thank
right
you,
there.
Tarsha. And thank you,
That's
Sean, for this time. We really
see,
appreciate it.
we. It's always something. It's gonna always come to. That's why we need this space. See that question popped up, and you went to the woo woo woo, and there go right
And
there.
Tarsha, that word has settled me.
That's well, y'all. That's
Yeah.
it. That's we're not gonna even go no. Where else do you go?
Shoot.
Where else do you go
That's it. I
after
needed
that?
that.
That's that. Okay. Yep. That's ain't no need of going no further, bringing nothing else up, because I need to sit with that for a minute.
That was good.
I need to sit with that for a minute. So again, that was the ladies' talk today, y'all. We listen. We another one in the books.
Yes.
Another one in the books, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Listen, if you have not, as soon as this one say live ended, I need y'all to go on over to I am Courtney Phillips and join. Y'all was asking for it. She here.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
now we don't need no them numbers should just be them numbers should just be going. So she here now. So y'all go right on over there and subscribe to
I am
Courtney's pay.
Courtney.
I am Courtney. What is it? I am Courtney Phillips television
TV. Yeah.
TV.
That's
But
good.
it's probably I did that because I tried to separate from the other I am Courtney's that's out there, come to find out, but it may be challenging to find me.
I am so happy for you. How do you both feel? I wanted to ask this question. How do you both feel? Did you know that when you were being a guest on the St. James show, that God was potentially preparing you for your own platforms?
You know, I had one before, during the vid like everybody. And, after life picked back up, it was like, okay. And I actually started this page like 3 years ago. And I just kind of, was just popping in. I've been on other panels, but never to the point where I felt like, okay, okay. And then, St. James, once he start, honey, he ain't stopping because he see it in you. So he
Mhm.
like, nope, you gonna keep nope. So
Mm-hmm.
after a while, it was just like, okay, let's
Yeah.
just go ahead and let's see. But because of him, it gave me like that, okay, okay, let's jump back in here. And because I was doing it on Facebook, we had like a
Okay.
LGBTQ group. So I didn't want to make it LGBTQ based, but sometimes because of who I am, they automatically throw you into that. Oh, you gonna be talking about this gay stuff? No, I'm not, because that's not who I am. So
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to create something different outside of that. That's why I haven't even posted it like to that group or on social media, like in Facebook, on my personal, because I don't want those two
Oh, to come into
to
play.
come. Yeah,
Okay.
because it's for everybody. That group was specifically for the community.
Oh,
So I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to get trapped into this box. No, it's not a church channel, but I'm a church kid, so I can't help it. God is just any conversation, we may start off talking about one thing, but I promise you, we're going to end up talking about God. So I just wanted to do something different. And with the way that St. James is, I love it. And then being brought into the space with the Jordans. Listen.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
I'm so proud. I'm just proud that God is raising up more women to have faith-based platforms, and also women who are we're moving by the Spirit of God together, and we could come together. And so I think that was one of the biggest blessings from the St. James platform as well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Courtney, you the newest.
So tomorrow night, Lord willing, if we still have power, because we're going through this storm, I have a show planned with a very good friend of mine, and we're going to talk about the beauty in divorce.
Ooh.
Okay.
The beauty of divorce. So we're talking about the life after, the what we extracted from our pain. And so we're going to talk about that tomorrow night. So please, if you're watching, please turn on your notifications. And
we're going to be there.
Be sure to check us out.
Dr. Terrell said that St. James is the real deal. Talk about him if you want to, but one thing you can't say.
Yeah.
So we ain't going to do that. As a matter of fact, we have Patreon.
Yes, he's on now.
We are going to get
you guys
out of
be
here.
Blessed. I am so glad to be here. And I wanted to say, this is what is ministry. Because if you cannot also raise up others to go out, then what are you really doing? So
that's good.
I commend you both. Thank you for having me. This has
Thank
been
you.
amazing.
Thank you guys for coming up. I'll see y'all
in
the other one in a minute.
Yes.
All right, guys. I thank you for sticking and staying with us. And we will see you all on the next HERedition. I heard my Cash App going off, so I thank you in advance. The Cash App is still posted. Somebody asked me earlier, what is your Zelle? And the Zelle is there. So we are going to get out of here. But before we get out of here, we are going to end with our commercial. Deuces. See y'all on the other side.
You do nothing, technology will decide for you. This class is not about writing prompts. It is not about chasing trends, and it is not about fear. This is about reclaiming authority. You already understand your calling. You already understand your work. When you shift how you think about artificial intelligence, you increase your impact without compromising your faith. This is how you become faith first in an AI-driven world. You are invited to join us for the Faith-Based AI Masterclass, not to replace human wisdom, but to strengthen it. You will walk away with a new way of thinking about AI, not as a threat, not as a master, but as a tool that serves divine purpose. Together, we will examine your work, what should be released, what can be automated, and where human discernment must remain, so that regardless of how technology evolves, you remain essential, you remain called, you remain indispensable. If you missed the previous session, this is your opportunity. If you attended before, this is your next level. On February 7th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, join us live on Zoom for a full day of faith-based AI masterclass. You will leave with clarity, with confidence, and with a framework for leading, not reacting, in the age of artificial intelligence. Registration is just $97. To register, visit zoeministries.com/masterclass9700. Faith is not being replaced by technology. It is being revealed through it. The Jordan Institute for Spiritual Technology and Digital Theology, where faith meets innovation.